I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go.
Welcome along to round 3 of the Supercharged Motorsports Sprint races, and we are in a lovely, very, very hot Monza here this evening. We are kind of just about halfway, into qualifying. Maurice Boutin, of course, the Supercharged Motorsport driver, is provisionally on pole, 0.030 ahead of Aaron Holloway, who's debuting himself in the Honda here this evening. So that's very cool to see. Racing with the shredded wheat. I've officially decided in Amigos from Monday I will be racing in the Honda alongside Aaron. We're going to be trying to murder everyone or trying to make it to the end. Either way, we'll have a lot of fun. Back though here this evening. Looking forward very much so to tonight's race. It's going to be absolutely brilliant, as I'll throw in the sponsors again because I was stewarding last night. Luckily enough, I think that's the quickest we've ever gotten our stewarding done in our Wednesday league. The day after, it was all fully done. So yeah, really looking forward to tonight's race. It is going to be epic. Of course, now Giuseppe Castellano for M4R taking provisional pole, the Italian driver in his home race, you can say. And looking forward to seeing what Giuseppe can do here. Of course, Florian Lacroix is out there as well. He likes to eat croissants and he likes the baguette, but he's an absolute legend of a driver. I really enjoyed watching him last week racing as well. He was unlucky. He was super quick but very unlucky. Then we have Dominic Geese. He's slightly kind of dead to me now because he's been very mean to me lately. And all I want him to do is love me. But he is going to be a nice contender here this evening. Kerr then as well. Graham's in having the crack. I'd love to see how Graham gets on in the Wednesday Championship with a bit more comp in it as well. It'll be very, very cool to see. Then we have Spatuzzi, so Vincenzo Spatuzzi for the M4 Squadra Corsa racing team. Then we have Nathan Warren, of course, my partner in crime. I'll say it a million times, I absolutely love doing endurances with the guy. We've great crack. He is in the market. That should be absolutely a rocket ship around here. Then we've got Chris Tedder, who loves a bit of pain and is in that Mercedes. Then his greatest friend, Liam Smit, then just behind him at the minute. Of course, Liam so close to that champion first race win on Wednesday night, ends up in P2 by half a second after stewarding. Then we have Christian Rossi there next for M4R in P11. Then we've got Fabio Gilhardri in P12. Then we've got Andy Polycott in P13. We've got Simon Vernios in P14. Anonymous Rat in P15. He got his race win in his split last night, so he'll be looking forward to having a bit of fun here this evening. Anthony Ferrante then in P16. Spatuzzi on pole position at the minute, 147.797. At the minute, the whole top 10 covered by 1.2 seconds. I'm sure as people get their lap times in, that's definitely going to drop down as Morris comes out of the pits. Let's jump on with a driver. Andy Polycott's going to cross line out and improve. He was so close up to getting onto P12 there. Then let me see, Anthony Ferrante, he must be only starting his lap soon, so we'll stay on with Christian Rossi, who is of course racing for M4, and nearly 1 minute into his lap, he's slightly up on his time. Of course, heroes can be made through Ascari, but also you can be very embarrassed and humbled by this next section. And of course, Ascari has got an update actually in the track. I think in the last 2 or 3 weeks there's a new update to Ascari as well, So that'll be interesting to see. They've changed slightly how the chicane is. So he's after finding 2 tenths through a Scary. And of course, Christian, this is his home race as well. Of course, M4R are predominantly an Italian team. I'm sure there is drivers from other countries in there, but they are predominantly Italian. So let's see how he goes here now. Using every bit of the track. He's still up to about 2 tenths. He could jump Liam Smit here. He's not going to get the tether, I don't think, but he does jump Liam Smit at the minute. Vernies is next, so that's Simone. And racing for VSR, another Italian driver. And he is up 4 tenths of a second. Anthony Ferrante up 3 tenths of a second. And none of the front runners starting a lap. As I said, Florian Lacroix is the first to come by. So let's see how he gets on. I'm going to stay on here with Simone Simone. I'm just going to say, I'm going to ruin the name otherwise. I'm having a refreshing can of Coke Zero because I'm obese, but think I'm gonna die. You know yourself. So Simone here is coming across the line about a second up, so possibly could get a position here. And does. Jumps Andy Podicott there. So Anonymous Rat is in the pits. He did ask me to say it another way, but a rate or something like that. I can't say it. I'll call him Paulie. So Anthony has slightly improved. Florian is improving slightly out there at the minute. Then Tedder has started his lap as well. I'm waiting for the others. Simone has started a lap there. Anthony Ferrante started a lap. They'll all be close enough. So Florian here needs to find more time from somewhere, although gained a little bit through. Oh, that's gone. Yeah, he's going to lose a lot of time there with that. And Tedder, not up any time as of yet, but now has a wild Aaron Holloway right there with him as well. So let's see how this one goes. He could be getting himself a nice little tow here. And he is indeed getting a bit of a tow here. Looking at that, he's gained a slight bit of time there, but not enough. Aaron Holloway absolutely flying in that Honda. He's definitely hitting VTEC, yo. So Chris, he's not going to gain much time now unless he gets a massive amount of time through Parabolica. I just don't see him being able to jump and nip Nathan Warren because he needs to find at least another tenth and a bit. So it's all down to the exit here. It's gaining back up to where he was, but he's not going to gain enough time to be actually making any major moves. Liam Smit is just about to set up a lap as well. That Beamer should be absolutely fine. So let me jump on now with LaRue, who is actually up a bit of time but has lost it running wide there. I think I'm his nemesis every time I jump onto him. Let's jump onto Holloway here in that Honda. So Holloway here is already up about half a tenth at present and moving forward. Doing a very, very good job. And he stays about a tenth at the minute. Chris kind of stick with him as well. So looking at Chris's time, Chris is kind of him and hawing around gaining time. So at the way it is for Holloway at the minute, it runs super wide. Keeps it going, but has lost nearly all the time that he's gained up. And now is kind of back to scratch. Now you can still gain a bit of time, possibly jump a position or two, but he was up over a tenth, so that's really after hurting this attempt this time round. Looking back, Tedder's actually up a tenth. We'll need to find a little bit more though for it to actually make anything. Aaron Holloway, he's just going to have to start again, put the head down and go again. But Chris Tedder here is now up 2 tenths of a second. So Chris is getting a much better lap in this time, and this could be enough to jump Nathan Moore, and it's how he approaches Parabolica. is either going to make or break it. So Chris goes for a much tighter line than most and then winds it out. And he's lost a bit of time. It should still be enough. No, I don't think it's going to be enough now. No, it's super close though. He's to gain less than 0.042 of a second to get by. But yeah, that was quite unlucky there for him. Going to look elsewhere now because Dominic Giza is up 2.5 tenths at the minute. Giuseppe Castellano up nearly 2 tenths. So Giuseppe here is provisionally going for pole. He's further up the road than Dominic Giza. So we will stay on with Giuseppe Castellano. And he does race for the M4 or Squadra Racing team. Morris Boutin out there as well. This is more of a set-up lap for him. Giuseppe Castellano, though, is absolutely flying out there at the minute. Oh, he's lost a lot of time, as I said that, but still up enough time to making it onto provisional pole with 3 minutes nearly on the clock. So, yeah, let's see how this one is going to play out. To be fair about what I reckon it's going to play out quite nicely. And Giuseppe now through Parabolica. Oh, you can see he's on it there, opposite locking it. He's lost every bit of time, but yeah, he's lost, unfortunately. He'll have to go again and re-evaluate that. And the same with Dominic Giza, who is after losing his time. So Spatuzzi is out there, him and hawing about making up a bit of time. Look at Kerr though, up nearly 4 tenths of a second. He needs this exit. He's losing time on the exit of the Parabolica, but that should put him up in the P4, and it does. That's the difference. Parabolica, you can lose so much time if you do not get it right. Liam Smit is up a bit of a tenth, I think it was. Lost a little bit on the exit there as well. So he'll still gain a bit of time, but just not enough, I don't think, to get by Rossi this time. Still has another probably 2 shots at it once he has the fuel in the vehicle to do so. Looking up front, no one ahead is really making time yet. Anthony Ferrante is in the pits, as is Nathan Warren. I'm assuming neither are going again. Nathan's given up on it. So Aaron Holloway out there doing his very, very best. Although, Aaron, you didn't have a livery. Maybe I didn't sync it in time, possibly either. Normally Aaron has some kind of livery. So Aaron Holloway, lovely stuff, Aaron. A little bit wide. Keeps it though, keeps the time. How do you get a Scary now? This is what it's all about. Not a bad exit. Super close. He's lost, but everyone seems to be losing time through Parabolica. But Aaron still gained. He's going to gain a few spots from this, but it could have been a bit closer for him. Oh. I thought he was going to gain from that. Maybe he lost a bit too much. He's only 0.018 off Dominic Giza. They're all in the pits though, so Aaron does have a chance. Although Spatuzzi, after finding another 2 tenths out of that there, so he got the best sector 2. But yeah, he's been absolutely rapid, to be fair. So Spatuzzi here coming around about a tenth up. He'll be slightly over it as he's lost a bit through that last corner. And yeah, he increases lead, so Aaron Holloway needs to find 3 tenths somehow. So much tighter line through there from Aaron. He still needs to find a few tenths to make this work for him. Let's see how it goes. bit of opposite lock there, so he's definitely giving it a soft through the Scary there. So he needs to just somehow find a time through Parabolica now. Much better exit from there as well. Oh, that's lovely done through there. So he's gained a bit of time through there. That was really, really nice. Now he's not going to get pole position, but I reckon this could be up there for P2, and it is. Lovely lap there from Aaron Holloway. Brilliant stuff. Andy Polycott is improving on time, and this could get him up into P12. What can Andy Polycott do here? He's done enough, I think, to get this one across the line, and boom, he does just in time. And that is qualifying over here for our Friday sprints. And of course, we will be getting ready to go live for the race. They do have a small break. I'll run through the grid, and that's while we're waiting for it to set up. I'm just going to run our usual Track Titan and ACC drive ad.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go.
Now, so we're just waiting for the server to load on to the race one, and then I'll go through the grid. Shouldn't be too hard this evening. But yeah, hopefully you all had a great week. We had some amazing racing in round one on our Wednesday championship just gone, and yeah, some seriously good battles throughout, and some, I think probably the biggest winner in that was Liam Smit. He had got spun down to 35th position on lap one and ends up finishing P6 in a 90-minute race, which was unbelievable. For me, that was probably one of the best drives. Jack Holden had a great race. All the top cars had just epic battling. Aaron Holloway had a great race with John Dudley. Yeah, there was just so much action throughout, and even at the back, there was guys giving it everything. And that's what it's all about. Obviously, for any of our championships, at the minute we're on SimGrid, so join us or register on SimGrid for our championships. Join our Discord, the link is in there. Upload your liveries, your custom liveries then to Awesome, which is all in the Discord as well, and it syncs into the game then, and yeah, it's going to be good fun. So I'm going to do the usual stuff here now. I'm going to get ready to actually go through the grid here and give it a go. So I'd always go with the drone because it's the best. So right, here we are. So for the Friday Sprint Championship round 6, this is your starting grid. We have Spatuzzi on P1 with a great drive from him. Aaron Holloway in his first proper go in the NSX in a race starts P2, so very good for him. And he is a supercharged motorsport driver, even though he's not using the livery, Little Beach. Then we have Giuseppe Castellano for M4 then in P3, and I'm pretty sure Spatuzzi is M4R as well. So M4R, very strong there. Two of the front two rows are occupied by them, and two of them are actually supercharged motorsport drivers, as we've got Morris Boutin then in P4. Then in P5 we have Mr. Kerr, and he's repping, of course, his Ferrari. Then we've got Dominic Gisa in P6. I don't know why his livery is completely carbon. I'm assuming there's meant to be a custom livery there, but for some reason it's not showing up. Then we have Chris Tedder in the Mercedes. Let's see, has he gotten over those understeery issues that he's had with setups? Then we have Nathan Warren again for Supercharged Motorsport team. And looking forward to see what Nathan can do here in the Macca. The Macca is actually normally a very nice car around this track as well. So it'll be interesting to see how he is race pace. Then we've got Florian Lacroix. And he is driving the Shark, so the baby Shark we call him. That's cool looking livery. Then we have where are we now? Orochi next, or M4R as well. So they're being very well represented. Then we have the only 2ID driver here this evening, which is Liam Smit. And of course, very unlucky not to get the win on Wednesday's race. Will be doing his best again. Then we have another Supercharged Motorsport driver, Andy Polycott, beside him. Andy Polycott's been absolutely improving week in, week out. So great to see him on board here. And looking forward to see what Andy can do. Then we have Gilhardry, is it Gilhardry, I'm going to say, next in P13. Of course, he will be participating in the Sprint Championship only for the rest of these seasons. Then we have Verrazoni next in P14. Then we have Anonymous Rath next. Rath with the Sex Pistols livery. I do like that. We've not given it a full look at. And then, of course, Anthony Ferranti then in P16. Can you guess who he likes? No fun. I like the details of that. I love looking at people's custom liveries. That's awesome. Then, of course, Anthony Ferranti, as I was saying, in his Rockstar livery BMW. So, quite a healthy grid for a Friday sprint race. I'm glad we introduced these in. They mirror our Wednesday championship. So on Wednesday coming, this is the settings that will be used. So it's going to be quite warm for them. And yeah, I am looking forward. There's the bop here this evening. The NSX gets nearly 32 kilos knocked off of being such an older car to keep it competitive. 16 kilos added to the Ferrari. 11 then to the BMW. 11 to the Lamborghini. The Mercedes doesn't get a bop because there's no bop on it. The Lamborghini Huracan Evo GT3, there is no bop on that because I only have the bop on the Evo 2, so that's why that's missing the bop. Anonymous Rat then is in P in what the GT Ferrari 16. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, just waffling on as I always do, which is awesome. Why isn't this working for me? I need to change the view again. Isn't that what it is? Yes. That's really annoying about this. There we go. Now we'll go back to the normal broadcast. I might go TV2 for this one. And you'll see people starting their cars and getting ready to get going. We'll follow the leader, Vincenzo Spatuzzi, the M4R race team. So remember, any incidents on lap 1 is double penalties. And people on Wednesday felt the wrath of that. So that'll be interesting to see how much they've took on board what I've said. And let's enjoy the next 30 minutes because it's just going to fly by. And I'll try jump in for a quick chat with the drivers afterwards as well, as they go around. And if you're watching, please let me know in the description of the video, and on my next stream on Wednesday I will actually say who got driver of the day for the race today. So if you're watching this video back or you're watching it live after the race, just let me know in the comments of this stream who you think driver of the day should be. Also, you can vote that on our Wednesday race at the minute. We need to get that live for Sunday. So if by Sunday you jump to our other stream and the lives, you'll see it there. Vote your driver of the day. And we get going there now. And so Aaron Holloway gets a really nice start in the Honda NSX and in the drag race. The Honda seems to be the better car, and Morris Bhutan as well, as they're going to go 3 wide. This is going to be Someone not happy. Oh, Florian's gone. Florian's gone. Luckily, everyone's missed it. Oh, Dominic Gisse. Oh, no, no, no. So that's Batuzzi out. So let's go back and let's have a quick look. So if we go back 30 seconds just to see what happened there with Batuzzi. So Dominic Gisse just behind. So Dominic Gisse stuck in behind Boutin. So when that happens. Okay, so Boutin gets on the inside, and then that's always going to happen there when there's a car on the inside. Unlucky for Spatuzzi, to be honest. Okay, I do see something crazy happening here. Please stop. What's happened here? What is going on here? Let me go back 15 seconds. Okay. Oh, wow. There is going to be a lot of penalties, it seems. But Aaron Holloway seems to have gotten away quite okay with it. Maurice Boutin in second, Dominic Gisse in third. Got Chris Tedder in fourth position, Giuseppe Castellano in fifth. Kerr is in sixth, Liam Smit now up to seventh. Andy Polycott in eighth, Gilhadri in ninth. Verzoni in 10th, Anthony Franti in 11th. Rossi in 12th. Spatuzzi up into 13th. Anonymous Rat is in 14th. La Cruz, the Florian, is now down into 15th. And Nate Warren is down in 16th position after all this. But we're going to jump back on with Kerr. Actually, though, it looks like Rossi has got by Ferrante, and I think Ferrante is going to be overtook any second, I would say, by Spatuzzi. Obviously, Spatuzzi was the pole sitter, so that Beamer in a straight line, the Ferrari might struggle. As you can see there, he's trying, he's getting a toe, but then he's dropping off that Beamer. Absolutely a rocket ship in a straight line. Spatuzzi just has to hold off and wait. So Anthony Ferrante doing a great job there. As I say that, Anonymous Rat's got by and Spatuzzi's gone by there as well. So Florian now will be next to try and get by him. So Chris Tedder up in P4 after all the craziness, and this Giuseppe Castellano just behind. Chris does not want to be going wide too often because that's exactly what's going to happen. Smith Racing, Liam. I didn't see everything that happened, so I don't know. As Gilhardry gets around the outside of Andy Polycott there, and Andy Polycott might have Vernies behind. Andy Polycott though is trying up the inside. These guys are all racing hard. It looks like Gilhardry's gone wide. So that gives then Andy Polycott the chance to get by, and Verzoni. Vernies, I need to get the names right. So Gilhardry will have to come back at them there as well. He's got the teammate then of Rocci and Spatuzzi behind as well. So, oh, and then Andy gets it all wrong. Well, he does the right thing, gets out of the way, and at least stays out of trouble. So now we see Gilhadri is actually putting it onto Spatuzzi here, or to Vernies as well, because Vernies is going to be under pressure, taking a much tighter line. Look at this, they're all queuing up. And Spatuzzi might actually get by Gilhadri here as well as Rossi. Just running too wide, and they can tuck back in behind their teammate, all in Ferraris here. Andy Polycott's going to go on the inside now of Gilhardry. Gilhardry trying to be aggressive going up the inside. Is going to have to wait and bide his time. Much better driving from him this evening. Giuseppe Castellano is under a bit of pressure from Kerr. And also Chris Tedder isn't really away from pressure as of yet. Dominic Gisse is actually starting to catch up to Maurice Boutin, so that's going to be quite interesting. Aaron Holloway though has a 2.4 second lead over Maurice Boutin at the minute. Oh, Liam for driver of the day. Okay, that's fair. You got it in at the very start. You're just absolutely on that Liam's going to have a good race. So that's Vernies and Spatuzzi and Rossi all swapping places again. So interesting stuff. Kerr and Castellano side by side also. Castellano's the inside line for the Scary. Kerr is going to have to leave some room. Castellano didn't leave enough. There was a tiny bump, but I would say that's more hard racing than anything else there, to be fair. and I think that would be ignored by the stewards as just people going hard into Ascari. And to be honest with you, a good move there from Castellano to get back that position through that corner there as well. So that was very, very entertaining to watch. Spatuzzi, Rocci, these guys are all swapping positions every lap at the minute. And there's a bit of damage on Rocci's car as well, so Spatuzzi will probably feel like he has the better grip at the minute. So he resisted the urge to kill Tedder at the start. I think they already had that out. If you weren't in the server earlier, we started slightly later than normal because we were letting 2 other drivers in onto the entry list to race this evening. And Liam said to Chris, I need you at turn 1 to kill you. So I think they got that out of their systems before the race. Oh, as everyone gets it wrong there. Let's go back 30 seconds just to have another look at the headicam. So Veronese, Rocci, Spatuzzi. Oh, Veronese gets onto the grass, so doesn't attempt it then. And then Rocci gets it completely wrong. So, okay. So Spatuzzi's by Rocci, and away they go again. Dominic Giese is right on the back now of Maurice Bouton. So this is going to be a nice battle here. Lambo versus Beamer. Of course, the Lamborghini's home race. Aaron Holloway is nearly 3 seconds clear of these guys in the Honda NSX here this evening in these sprint races. Maybe he'd be wishing he went to Honda for the season. Oh, Morris gets that so wrong, but keeps it somehow. Those sausage cars can kill you in a heartbeat. So that looks like, oh, Anthony Ferrante had a moment. So Anthony coming out of the road there. Anthony. Oh, he just lost it by himself on the curve. But he gets to keep it going, and that's the main thing. He will have a bit of damage there. But that's quite unlucky there. And it looks like Gilhadri had a moment there as well. We'll have a quick look at that one. As Florian Lacruz gone by. Oh, yeah. Oh, do you know something? That could have been a lot worse for him, because Ascari normally absolutely will destroy your car. I had a race where I got like nearly a minute worth of damage with it, so that's fair. Right, so I'm with Polycott here at the minute next. And Polycott is 0.3 of a second off Fernie's. Where is Liam in all this? Liam is now in P7 at the minute as well, so doing a very good job in fairness, keeping out of trouble and just getting on with his race. Aaron Holloway's fastest lap at the minute, a 1:48.340, seems to be the fastest on the track at the minute. So yeah, he's absolutely flying. Giuseppe Castellano still kind of there with Tedder looking for a way by. I'll forgive Aaron for not having her supercharged stuff on it because it's a new car as well. But obviously really happy to have him in the team. He's the admin alongside myself and Slavin in the ACC side and one of the stewards, and thanks to him for a great job and turnover along with myself for stewarding yesterday. I'm delighted to have that done and out of the way. Means I might have a Saturday to actually spend with my family. We'll see. So thanks, Aaron. And Anonymous Rat and Polycott just swapping positions there as well. Was that just a side-by-side thing? Nice driving there. So Polycott probably decides then to tuck in, does he? Yeah, he's not going to overfight that. Oh, that's fair driving. Fair play to him. Happy with that. And Florian is right there now with the guys waiting to try and get a few places back after that start. And yeah, so while this is happening, I'm going to go back on Giuseppe Castellano, 0.4 of a second. But Dominic Giese, last lap round, a 1:48.2 on the button. Fastest lap on this track so far. 1:48.270 though for Aaron Holloway. Dominic Giese at the minute though is absolutely giving it everything. Let's see, beep beep. Having the window open because it's an absolute hotbox in here. Oh, both drivers run very wide there. Giuseppe Castellano though Sitting patiently, looking for a way by. See, the thing about it is with the Ferrari, it seems to be they just don't have the straight line speed, and you're sitting literally behind a powerhouse that is a car built around that engine. That Mercedes V8 is a beast. As I'm saying that though, he's thinking about it, but thinks better of it. Of course, Chris Tedder isn't a super experienced driver. Normally, he's experienced about being a torpedo, but also quite a talented driver when he decides not to be a torpedo. As Polycott and LaRue just swap back positions there. Dominic Kisa now is right on the back of Maurice Boutin. And this time round, I do feel it's going to be super close because he's right on the back now. The only thing is, which is faster in a straight line, that Lamborghini, or is it going to be the BMW? As we're going down the straight here now, we're nearly halfway through the race. Lamborghini's gone to the outside. Morris trying to give the squeeze, but has to give a bit of room. Dominic, though, I think just cut across him a bit too much. But gets it going again, I'm sure. I think they're on a chat together. They'll have a chat about that. And stewards obviously will have a look, as it will be on our software as we look at every incident that happens post-race. Normally on a Friday it's not too bad. Do not want to jinx myself, but we normally get this done after as well. So that's a nice move there from Florian, and it looks like Andy Polycott done the right thing. Not going to overfight a position, especially in turn one like that. Great clean driving. That's what we're proud of, seeing that kind of driving out there. So yeah, let's see how it goes now. So you've got Kerr, Castellano and Teller all in a row. Anonymous, Ratto and Veronese right on it. Polycott and LaCroix after swapping back. So after this we'll go back 15 seconds. That's a lovely, lovely move by Rat, and he gets to hold it on for now. And it's going to jump back to this one before we do. Ooh, okay. Not a clue what happened there, but it is on the incident report. We will look at it after. No clue what that happened. Oh my god. So Andy lets him back by, so it might be Andy's fault, but we'll see after. So Vernies and Rat right at, oh, Vernies gets it slightly wrong, and that's Rat then through. So Kerr is, oh, what's after happening here? Kerr's after getting the two boys in the one corner. Let's have a nose here. Oh, Giuseppe got hit the back of Tedder. He just got caught out by that one there. So Tedder runs super wide, and Giuseppe then goes ahead of Chris Tedder for now, of course. Oh, that's Kerr after getting hit by Castellano there. And now Tedder side by side with Giuseppe. Looks like Tedder, though, will have that position. Gets the better drive because he didn't get involved in the incident there, turn one, and was able just to carry the speed through. And of course, has a bit of damage on the rear of that car as well. I do feel maybe that was partly him letting him by after the incident beforehand. We will see, of course, later on in this race. I've already jinxed myself in terms of the number of incidents we've been averaging, so I'm just going to stop that now. Giuseppe now is on the back of Chris, 0.3 of a second off. Maurice Boutin and Dominic Kisa is 1.8 seconds behind, trying to catch back up. Aaron Holloway 7.5 seconds out in front, and a 1:47.962. So he's the fastest lap of the race by quite a margin at the minute of about 3 and a bit tenths. So great job from Aaron Holloway. Of course, unfortunately not getting much of a look in, mate, as if you're leading at the front with no one around, it's kind of one of those things. So on now with Gilhadri, who is about a second off Andy Polycott. Jump back on though to Liam, as Limo is doing his very best to catch up with Kerr now, 0.6.7 of a second off. That Beamer in a straight line, you can see he's able to get on the power a bit earlier running it wide. Let's see, is he able to use the straight line speed of that Beamer? He's already pulled it a tenth. Is he going to go 2/10? No, maybe. Okay, seems like Kerr maybe is running less wing. Oh, this is extremely hard racing there. Let's go back now. It looks like Tedder has the drive he does. It's just, yeah, just super tight racing. I'm not going to argue with that. It's as tight as you can get, but for being as friendly, I suppose, as you can when you're that into it. Once this goes, because Castellano and Tedder are back fighting again. Tedder, though, gets a bit more of a compromised exit. Castellano knows the inside line, and Kerr nearly making a 3 wide there, but Castellano gets out of this one. Tedder kind of goes a bit wider, but Castellano's coming back. Castellano's the inside line. Tedder's going to have to give room. These are racing hard. And now Kerr and Liam Smit are right on top of this battle. What I will say, while it's been very, very, very aggressive, it's been quite fair. It seems that Castellano held back position. Castellano was trying to stand up the inside. Christo has it well covered. Kerr is right there now as well. Kerr has a much better drive out with that Ascari than Castellano, and Liam Smit getting an absolutely triple draft dose at the minute, so absolutely brilliant stuff there. So Kerr is going to go for the move on Castellano. Liam's just going to wipe back from this one. Kerr gets a bit of a nudge. Liam's going to have a bit of an inside line. Liam Smit getting a beautiful drive there, and to be honest with you, Giuseppe needs to leave room, and he does, because he didn't realise it, but Liam was right there. Liam has a great drive there, and is getting, Tedder's now in the way of Liam. Liam has to back out of that there. Castellano needs to give Liam room. Tedder's missed the corner. Liam and Castellano side by side. Look at this. Absolutely epic stuff. So Chris will probably have to drop back a little bit, though, as not to gain too much there. The boys made the corner. This is what you want. Castellano's going to have to pull out of that. He's not going to be able to get that done. So Liam Smit gets 2 positions there, coming down that straight up into P5. He goes there, and away he goes now. And he's going to have to hope now that Chris Tedder doesn't pull away, get a bit of a toe with Chris as well, and keep that fight going. Chris gets it massively wrong. Liam Smit is going to get by Chris, but Chris somehow, how he got by that and held on to that. Well done. Well done, Chris. So now Liam is spitting P4. Giuseppe Castellano's right, well, not right behind him. He's half a second off. Giuseppe's actually under more pressure from Kerr than Liam is from Giuseppe. So this is nice stuff for Liam. Batuzzi's in the mix here as well, of course, after being spun earlier on. And then Chris now is on a recovery. Just sometimes when you go slightly too wide, you can be just dragged in with the grass as well. And we're down to just under 12 minutes left in this race here this evening. So you've got Castellano behind Liam, then you've got Kerr behind Castellano, Spatuzzi behind. So between 4th and 8th position, there is about less than 2 seconds, I would say, about 1.7 seconds. Unbelievable. Yeah, there we have it. It's gone to 2 seconds now. Chris has dropped off slightly. Castellano behind Liam. Good stuff from Liam. He needs just to keep it nice and tidy. Keep his eyes out if there is people kind of going for the lunge, because these guys were racing quite aggressive, I think Castellano and Chris, but they somehow left room even with the few door bangs. So Liam just needs to keep the eye out for that. Although the Beamer seems to have the Ferrari covered once it comes to the straights. He just needs to position the car slightly. And a drive-through there for Gillahardry. So number 8 now has a drive-through, as we are down to 10.5 minutes left in this race this evening. Castellano right on the back of Liam. Liam going the defensive line though. Castellano's is going to be sitting there waiting, so Liam now needs a good drive. This is ridiculous. Less than half second covers the 4 cars. This is crazy. It's actually down to like less than 2 and a bit tenths. Oh. Kerr, Castellano, Liam. Then that's Batuzzi on the outside. Oh no! So Spatuzzi somehow got by, but Castellano, I think, and Liam had it coming together. And unfortunately for Liam, going from 4th down to 8th, 9th now, as he gets the car back going. So that was unfortunately not Liam's fault at all. That's so unlucky there. He was having a great race as well, but look, he's back going. He's just behind Rossi. He'll get back into it hopefully, as it's not too far of a difference there. But Castellano now 1.7 seconds clear of Spatuzzi. Kerr is right behind Spatuzzi. And we'll see how this goes. Trying back there to Gabriel Cripsezi chatting in a private message there. So Anonymous Rash had obviously an incident on disaster and apologies. I didn't see that as Tedder and Rossi get swapped done. So Nathan Warren Gilhardry is now in the pits actually serving his drive-through, but it looks like he's serving a pit stop, so he'd still have to serve a drive-through. So that's unfortunate for him as Nathan Warren gets through. So Andy Polycott in P15. Anthony Ferrante is in P14. I'm going to jump back on because Liam Smit all over the back now of Rocci as well, so quite interesting as Lacroix. And oh, what happened here? Lost it on the curb. Oh mate, I had an identical spin happen as well. That is so unlucky, but at least he lived to tell the tale and fight another day, as we are now on with Kerr. Oh, Lacroix is after having a moment. Oh, it was too late by the time he got there. He obviously lost it just on the exit onto the curb. That's took a few people tonight now, in fairness. Well, he see the way he done the right thing. He stopped and waited till all cars are by and gets rejoining safely. He'll keep it going to the end. I remember him last week, so he drove a wrote-off car from start to finish. The legend that he is as well, and I respect people who actually finish out races as well. So Kerr is in P6 now and doing his best to catch up with Spatuzzi. Giuseppe Castellano has a 1.3 second advantage over Spatuzzi. Dominic Gisa is 3 seconds clear off Morris Boutan, who's actually nearly 9 seconds off this guy here, Anne Holloway, who's having an absolutely epic race. Got a good start, got clear of any incidents, and yeah, been plain sailing for him. He's been Aaron nearly jinxed you, but you're allowed to have 1 or 2 mistakes. You're fine. You're that far ahead. You can kind of wind it back in a little bit. You don't need to be at 100% now. With 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this race, as Gilhardry and Lacroix swap positions. Lacroix is definitely getting some fixing on that car there. That was a heavy hit. And back on here now with Graham Kerr, who is trying everything. I told Rat to get back in and finish off the rest of the race and get points. So Kerr still giving it everything. 0.3 of a second off. See, I think when you're stuck in the same car as well, it's very hard to actually get the job done. And to be honest with you here, they're so on par with each other. Although Kerr's after pulling in a 10th. 2 very different lines. Kerr on Mike. No, he's not getting that in there. So Liam Smit and Rossi. Okay, why is Liam's car? What happened here? Liam's coming down. Oh, Liam's got the braking wrong. Oh, mate, unlucky. He's back on, that's the main thing. So he didn't lose out on too much time either there. That's it, the guys are racing hard. That's what we expect in a sprint race. And yeah, so now Spatuzzi is all over the back of Castellano. Kerr is right there also. See how this goes. So Kerr, Spatuzzi, Castellano. And Chris Tedder is slowly pulling them in, but I do feel he's kind of out of it now. In terms of, I think, fighting on track, because he is definitely carrying damage there as well. So I'm sure he is just going to get home now. And obviously, if something happens up front, he's going to be right there with it all. So don't get me wrong with that. And yeah, it should be interesting to say the least. Aaron Holloway doing a phenomenal job. 8 seconds clear again. And yeah, Deloira and Exoira for him. Spatuzzi still within about half a second of Giuseppe Castellano. Kerr about half a second off him again. It's going to spread out now behind. And you hear Chris Tedder just in the background of these as they go through. And yeah, let's see if more can develop here, because at the minute this is the close battle on track with these guys. So a Honda, BMW, Lamborghini top three. Wasn't expecting that. With the amount of Ferraris that's here, I was expecting a Ferrari to be in that mix. Dominic carrying a small bit of side damage there as well. We'll be happy with a P3 though, all the same, if obviously that's how it finishes. As we're down now to 3 minutes to go. So where's Aaron Holloway? So you're talking 2 laps. Yes, it'll be this lap and one more. So we've 2 laps of racing. Yeah, can Spatuzzi, Kerr find something in the tank and get the move done? Chris is now 5 seconds off, so I don't think Chris is going to be getting involved in this one now. So between these 3, who can fight it out then? Of course, we're going to do Sturden directly after this, and then we'll upload the outcome of the Sturden as well as the actual standings will be posted live. So after this race, which will be about another few minutes, so about 9:45, the standings, results, Sturden, everything will be live and done. And of course, with our Sturden, there is no appealing it. What we decide is final. And we have a rule book that we go by, and it's the same for everybody regardless. It's just simpler that way for us, and it's more efficient, and our Sturden is never really majorly wrong. I don't think we've had a major wrong call in quite a long time, to be fair. So Spatuzzi now down to 0.3 of a second off Giuseppe Castellano. And doing a great job. And we've got Kerr next there. Just kind of, he's sitting there or thereabouts with it, but I feel he's too far off. As I feel it is time to jump on with the guy here who's starting his final lap, Aaron Holloway. Lovely sound out of that Honda. So we might as well go around with him. He's giving it everything here this evening, and he's come out on top, started P2, a great qualifying session for him. And then he's kept it clean, kept out of trouble, and just kept consistent. Being, I think, the biggest thing, he was just consistent. And that's what's gotten him this here this evening. As he goes around now through Sector 1. No problem to Aaron. And I think it's fair that we give him this last lap of airtime, as he's not really had much. I am keeping an eye on the other battles, guys. Don't worry if anything does get too close. We will jump in and have a look. As now Tedder is actually after being caught by Rossi and Liam Smit as well. but it's still a little bit to go on that one. So he's definitely a bit calmer through here this time around. A little bit of a adjustment on steering, as you see, a bit of opposite lock. Gets the job done. So for Aaron Holloway, his first race in the Friday sprints. What a way to start out your, I suppose, racing on the Friday sprints by actually taking a race win in Monza in the Honda. That's why the BOP for me is amazing. It brings these older cars back into play and the more unpopular cars, and that is a phenomenal win for Aaron Holloway here this evening in the Friday night sprints in Monza, with Maurice Boutin coming around into P2. Great stuff, two supercharged drivers, and then Dominic Gisa is after coming in P3. Liam Smit after getting a drive through on the last lap. That is super unfortunate. Giuseppe Castellano now coming around into P4 with Spatuzzi in P5, Kerr in P6. Then it's back to Chris Tedder with huge damage in the front of his car, unfortunately, in P7. But Rochi in P8. Liam Smit in P9. Veronese then is coming home for P10. Quite a bit of damage on his car as well. Then we'll have Nathan Warren then in P12, I think it was, because someone's left. Gilhardry then in P13. Lacroix P14 it would be. Ferrante in P15. Or 14, sorry. And Andy Podicott in P15. Guys, absolutely phenomenal racing here this evening. Delighted that the racing was as good as I expected it was going to be around Monza. And really looking forward now. It's a 60-minute race on Wednesday coming, and it's going to be one mandatory pit stop. It's not for tyres, but I'm sure people will take tyres as well. And guys, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to press that subscribe button if you enjoy watching the races and you're supporting your teammates or whoever it is. And we'll see you for the next race on Wednesday. Have a lovely evening, and thank you all so much.
Feel me fully